Hi, fourth graders. We're going to talk now a little bit about the difference between a rock, like this right here, and a mineral, like this right here. The two of these, let's think about what might be the difference. Here's another one. This one's a rock, and this one is a mineral. So if you thought about it and you said, the rock has a lot more colors in it, you're exactly right. The rock is actually made up of a lot of different minerals mixed up together. And sometimes those minerals show up as big pieces, and sometimes they're little tiny specks throughout. All right, so let's give you a chance to see if you can figure out which is which. If I hold up this, rock or mineral? This one is a mineral. It's the same all throughout. How about this one? Rock or mineral? Right, it's a rock because there's the black here and the white here, and there's some sparkles right here. Lots of different stuff going on there. How about this one? Definitely a rock, right? It has the red spots and the black and the sparkles. Definitely a rock. What about this one here? This one is a mineral. You can tell because it's the same color all the way through. On my table today, I have a lot of different minerals. Some are their minerals in other minerals, so they're in rocks. But we're going to look at some of them and talk about what those different minerals are used for. So this one you might recognize is kind of almost see-through. This is a mineral called quartz. And quartz comes in two different forms. There's milky quartz like this. And milky quartz can get used in watches to help keep time. It also can be melted down and turned into glass. And then there's smoky quartz. Pretty good name for it. And smoky quartz isn't really used for much. It's just kind of a pretty gem that people use sometimes. So two other minerals that look similar are the micas. This one is called muscovite mica, and you might be able to see through it. You can see how it shines and glimmers. This mica is actually used in makeup, because you can see when it's on my hand how it looks all sparkly. They used to also use it in stove doors because you can get it really, really hot and it won't melt like glass would. So you can peel these sheets off and actually see through them. The other kind of mica I have up here is black mica or biotite mica. And that's not used for much, except they can tell the age of the rocks around it by something called carbon-14 dating that they do with this rock, this mineral. But it also flakes, just like the muscovite mica, but it's black, black, black. Feldspar is another mineral that's really common in Maine, and you might remember it from your sand experiment, seeing those creamy colored grains. So feldspar has flat surfaces, unlike quartz, which comes to a point on its crystals. Feldspar, when it breaks these nice flat parts. And we'll talk a little bit more about feldspar mining later. These minerals are gems. And you can see the two blue-green shapes here. See how they make that special shape? That is called beryl. And beryl is a gem. It's also called aquamarine. And they also use it to make super lightweight metals that are really strong. So beryl is a pretty common gem that they mine for here in Maine. This sparkly gem here and here, these are called garnets, the bright red, and garnet is just used as a gemstone. This, if you can believe it, this mineral, these minerals are all the same type. These are all the state gemstone of Maine, which is called tourmaline. Tourmaline comes in lots of different colors. This is black tourmaline. And then this is green tourmaline. And then there's some pink tourmaline. Sometimes you even find green and pink tourmaline together. And then they call it watermelon tourmaline because it looks like a slice of watermelon. This is the final mineral we're going to talk about today. This is called lepidolite. And it's a kind of mica, like the muscovite and the biotite, but it's purple. And the really neat thing about lepidolite is this is what's used in lithium batteries. So batteries that power all the stuff we use is made out of lepidolite. So these are all of our minerals we're going to talk about today. There's one very special kind of rock. And this is the rock we looked at earlier. And this rock is made out of this mineral, and this mineral. And if you put those three minerals together, you have granite. So granite has feldspar, quartz, and mica. It can look really different because sometimes it might have some other gems in it, or it might have biotite mica instead of muscovite mica, or smoky quartz instead of milky quartz. But if you have those three minerals, feldspar, mica, and quartz, all together, then you have a piece of granite.
So let's do a little check and see if we can figure out if these things are granite or not. So this one, I definitely see some creamy feldspar. I definitely see little stripes almost of that gray smoky quartz. Those gray quartz crystals. So feldspar, quartz, do we have mica? Oh, we do! There's that black shiny mica. So feldspar, quartz, and mica means that this is granite. Let's check out this rock. Feldspar. Yep, this creamy white is feldspar. Lots of feldspar. Quartz. Yeah, there's some smoky quartz crystals right there. And mica. Lots of sparkly mica right here. And you can see there's also some additional things. There's some little red garnets. So is this rock granite? It's got the three things: feldspar, quartz, and mica. So yes, this is granite. Now you can see these two rocks look totally different from each other, but they're both granites.
So now your job is to go see if you can find any of these minerals outside. Go outside and collect 3 rocks, and then bring them inside and draw a picture of them. See first if you think it's a rock or a mineral. So remember, if it's a mineral, it's the same all the way through, like this chunk of black tourmaline. If it's a rock, it's going to have a lot of different colors, like this right here. Once you've determined that, label it, and then see if you can identify any of the minerals, either in your solid mineral or in your rock, and write what you think they are underneath.